Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to the live stream here on the channel. Glad to see my mic works because I kicked that thing earlier today. I kicked the cord. I thought it would have been unplugged. So, yeah, let's see what we have on in here today. We got Legacy, that random guy, Brooklyn, Joshua. Let's see, Sam, Brooklyn. I'm pretty sure I already said your Legacy too. Let's see, Severe Weather Lover, Katie, Sam. Glad to see you back on in here, Grayson. And everyone else who's watching may not be chatting, glad to have you here as well. We've got quite the amount of severe weather to talk about. And let's just go ahead and dive right on into it. I hope I have everything set up correctly. Looks like it. Okay. Glad to see that that's all set up correctly. So, yeah, our main severe weather over the next couple days is definitely going to be wind. It looks like we have a lot of wind bag potential over the next few days. So let's just go ahead and we'll look at this multiple times throughout the live stream, but we'll look at it right now. So today, we've got a slight risk and an enhanced risk for severe weather as well. The enhanced risk is a bit of a shock due to the model uncertainty on how long storms will last, but they do have that there just in case. The tornado threat is 4 different target areas for tornadoes. We've got one up here in Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Colorado. We've got another one in Texas, New Mexico. We've got another one in Southeast Texas, Louisiana. We've got another one in Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida as well. So we've got multiple areas under the gun for a very low end threat for the potential of severe weather today in terms of that tornado risk. And if we look here for the wind threat, we've got that 30 hatched. That is the main risk for severe weather for today. You can see there's not much in terms of hatched areas outside of that. So we've got just a 15%, no big deal, level 2 out here and a level 1 back up here. And this is a level 3 hatched, so you could even call it a level 3.5. Basically what hatched means is significant. So this is the risk for greater than 70 mile-an-hour winds out here, northwest Oklahoma, northeastern Texas, southern Kansas. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that. The hail risk is hatched today in 2 different locations. We've got one that has a lot of severe weather already kicking off. Matter of fact, almost every last one of these severes are already for significant hail out here in far southwest Texas. And then we got another hatched area up here in Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado as well. So a lot of severe weather for today. It doesn't look like any concentrated area for a tornado threat, which is good news. Then we move into tomorrow. As expected, we are at an enhanced risk for tomorrow. Now, what is questionable here is they have a broad 2%. So this morning, honestly, they had one of the worst outlooks I've seen. They had a small 2% down here and a small 2% up here. I was like, what did I just wake up to? Because I thought we would wake up to at least this, a very large 2% tornado risk. I expect they will upgrade this to a 5%, probably on the northern side, as well as on the southern side for the severe weather potential. So we'll be keeping an eye out on that. I think both of those areas are going to be the highest threat for tornadoes. And like I said, I still really wouldn't. I still really wouldn't rule out a significant tornado for tomorrow. The closer we get, the more I'll be able to know, and I'll be able to do an analysis on it the morning of the event, which is tomorrow. But the main issue for tomorrow, as of now, is damaging winds. We are expecting winds greater than 70 miles per hour tomorrow in a very large chunk of Nebraska. Storm should initiate around the Sydney area, Sterling, Colorado, and they should rapidly grow upscale into a line of damaging winds. And they may expand that enhanced risk a bit more east, but right now I think they have a pretty good wind outlook at the moment. Hail outlook. Oh, apparently we got a hatch down here. I didn't notice that. Apparently we got a hatched risk for large hail in Texas again tomorrow. That's west of Abilene for Big Springs, Midland, Odessa, Lubbock, Texas. We got another hatched area for hail. Wouldn't be shocked to see them introduce a hatched area for hail up here as well. I'll show y'all why. I believe me, I've looked at the models. I've done my analysis already on the models today. Unlike some other days where I just completely forget to. And then day 3, this should be a bit of a rest day. I hope this will be a bit of a rest day. We shouldn't see that much of severe weather potential on day 3, which is, man, today's Saturday, Sunday. So this is Monday. Yeah, Monday should be a bit of a rest day for severe weather. And then Tuesday, it should kick right back up for probably the northern Midwest, the northern high plains, as we might have a significant MCS potential present. We got to wait until we get closer, but it does look like day 3 has the potential to be significant for primarily damaging winds. The biggest tornado threat I see in the near future is tomorrow because of how storms initiate, which let's go ahead and dive on into that. Here's the HRRR model run. We're going to go out here to Nebraska for tomorrow, and you can see storms fire up quite rapidly towards 3, 4, actually this is closer to 5, 6 p.m. Eastern. Storms really get going, and we should have an all hazards threat on the table out in this general vicinity for a solid 4 or 5 hours before it eventually grows upscale into a big damaging wind threat. Then we go to North Dakota, Minnesota. This will also be an issue. We should have rapid development of supercells out in this general vicinity as well. There is some uncertainties on how messy this mode will be, but there is definitely the opportunity for a couple of tornadoes out there in eastern North Dakota, northeastern South Dakota, and western Minnesota, especially as we get towards the 7, 8 o'clock Eastern time frame. And then same thing, it grows upscale into a line of damaging winds and then dissipates. So both areas, pretty much the same mode. Storms initiate with a big hail threat, tornado threat, and isolated wind threat, and then rapidly grow upscale into mainly a damaging wind threat into the very late hours and overnight hours tomorrow night. And then we really can't look past that, but honestly, I do want to see what the NAM 3K has for Monday. Not much. I don't think we'll see much out there for Monday. If we do, it's probably going to be one of these random storms in Texas that end up popping off Monday night. But the next big potential after tomorrow looks to be a little bit further out. It's going to pull a sounding, even though I didn't want one. It is going to be out here for Tuesday. There's uncertainty on how storms initiate, but the general ordeal should be a very strong trough that moves through and is orientated negatively, and this should allow for a big line of thunderstorms to form somewhere in the northwest quadrant of that trough, somewhere up here. I don't know if it's going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. It depends on the timing. Some models say Tuesday, and then other models are hinting towards more of Wednesday. But regardless, We're gonna have a big warm sector available for thunderstorms to just use up a whole bunch of instability out here. So we'll most likely get 3 days of severe weather. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday should all be cram packed with severe weather in this general location here. I don't know how significant it will be. We've got to wait until we get closer, but most likely the primary threat will be wind. Because just like we talked about in yesterday's live stream, over the next few days, winds and hail should be the biggest issue. And then, of course, like I said, tomorrow's probably going to have the best chance for tornadoes. I don't see that high of a chance for tornadoes today or on Monday or on Tuesday, but I definitely see it for tomorrow. So I'm watching tomorrow very, very closely. So again, for those just joining, we're just covering the threat for severe weather over the next few days. We're just talking about it briefly. We've got not hundreds of millions, but tens of millions of people under the gun for severe weather. Biggest day looks to be tomorrow. I didn't even notice they added that slight risk. I wonder if it's for anything else. Is it just for, okay, 15% wind and then 15 sig hail. I mean, that popped out of nowhere. I didn't even realize there was a slight down air. But yeah, anyways, we've got that marginal risk level 1 in the green, slight risk level 2 in the yellow, and an enhanced risk level 3 in that orange. So all hazards on the table tomorrow. Biggest threat definitely looks to be damaging winds, like I said. I do want to check. We're getting the new GFS model run in here. And I want to see. Dang it, it doesn't go out far enough. Well, I'll just use a little bit older one. Come on. Trend back more west. I want severe weather. Dang it. Honestly, it depends on the mode, Sam, but we could see a line of damaging winds that begins Tuesday in Nebraska and goes all the way to the Atlantic coastline Thursday night. Now, I don't think it's going to be severe that whole time, but it would be sporadic in intensity, kind of like what we saw last year around this time frame. I think it was mid-late June. We saw a derecho that formed in Nebraska, moved through Missouri, Illinois, and then moved into Kentucky, and then died off as it moved into North Carolina, Virginia. We could see something generally around that realm. Like I said, regardless, I think the tornado threat's going to be low. But it all depends on the timing of that trough. That's what it fully depends on. And there's a lot of uncertainty in regards to that. So I think we just got to wait and see what it shows. Well, this pattern looks a whole lot of fun, doesn't it? No thanks. Please go off the model runs. I don't want that one. So we're going to have, it looks like we're going to have two very strong low pressures that set up. We're going to have one over here towards June 7th and all the way to like June 12th. And then we'll have another one that sets up back out here, and that's going to give a nice good flow into the plains. Well, that would suck. Why? Because we'd get a lot of severe weather out here towards the earlier half of mid-June. I'm sure that just appeared on the models, though. What I like to look at is the mean supercell composite. That is very much present. I do not like that. So that's over the next few days, which is why I think, you know, best tornado risk is going to be tomorrow. But after that, you can see we kind of go towards more of uncertainty until, according to this, like June 12th, we may have some bigger severe potential. That is far out to the point where we'll just monitor it. There's a very high chance it just poof disappears off the models. Let me see. That's in Louisiana, you said? You need to be indoors, away from doors and windows. You're in a radar hole, which sucks, but just make sure you are away from doors and windows. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. That is a severe thunderstorm warning. And as for your pattern and then for the next few days, I think you'll be relatively okay. Let me quickly just check. I don't think we're going to see too much out there. You're always going to have the sporadic severe storm, but you should be under the high pressure. So hopefully that results in a lot less severe weather and a lot less thunderstorms for you. So hopefully hopefully you won't see much, but there's always that risk. I don't think you're in a primary risk anytime soon. Today you're in, tomorrow rather. Tomorrow you're in a marginal level 1. Today you're in a marginal level 1. Day 3, you're not even in a risk. So I don't think you'll see too much, but I mean, you always want to be weather aware just in case. And I also want to check the high resolution models just to see if they have any. Yeah, so the thunderstorm you're experiencing now, and then, like I said, just sporadic thunderstorms tomorrow as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be the same case for Monday. It looks like Monday you may have at least general thunderstorms, light rain possible in the morning hours. But yeah. So let's go ahead and dive into this a bit more here. We're going to go to our favorite model run, the NAM. Everybody loves the NAM model. You know, we're going to use the NAM 3K because it has been so accurate in the past. And we're going to pull... What? What? What is this model doing? I think this model is broken. What is this model? Okay. You know what? We're going to use the wrap model. Yes, much better, much better. At least somewhat more accurate. That's a lot of instability. Let's just pull a sounding out there. I don't know what in the world the NAM the NAM does, so just not even going to look at that. This is the wrap model, which is one of our more accurate model runs for environments and soundings. And like I said, a very tornadic environment. The lower level shear, it's not the best. I mean, it's as a storm chaser, this is like, ooh, you better chase sounding right here. Because this is the type of sounding where you think there's not that high of a tornado threat, and then that one supercell gets a hold of the environment, and you're like, well, shoot, I should have chased. So you've got ridiculous veering out here in the lower and mid levels. Really good hodograph. A lot, nearly 7,000 uncapped instability out there. Ridiculous lower level lapse rates. I believe they need to add a SIG risk for hail. I don't know about the tornado risk just yet. That's all going to depend on the initiation of the storms. But I do believe they're going to add a SIG hail risk. I don't really see why they wouldn't. If they don't, then I'd be pretty surprised. Watch us wake up to like a 30 SIG for hail. That is a lot of instability. I mean, gracious day, you are just prime for anything in central Nebraska. Wind, hail, tornadoes, you're prime for the whole shebang out there. That's why they have that enhanced risk in place for tomorrow. Right now, just for wind. And then I want to look at another area. I don't know if this is going to be a triple point regime or something. But there's going to be another area that develops that should be just as favorable for tornadoes. I think it might be a little bit more to the southeast of where the wrap model says. The HRRR says it's going to be more over here. Generally, somewhere out here, we should have at least an elevated chance for tornadoes. So here's that hodograph. Again, really good hodograph. The only thing that I see right off the bat that's an issue is the dew point temperature spread. I can't even read it. All I see is 66 over something. Can't even read the temperature there. So that would be the only issue, is storms would be not as surface based. It's too close. It's too close. That would, I mean, it's still gonna favor tornadoes. I'd rather have it too close than too far. You're better off for tornadoes being 10 degrees spread is typically the perfect spot, in my opinion. Like, say, for instance, 66 dews over 76 temps. That's like a hot spot for tornadoes right there, the perfect spot. And like I said, what you don't want to have is like a 15 plus dew point temperature spread. So, in my opinion, anything between like 5 and 15 is okay. Once you get 15 and beyond, it's just not going to really work out. But then again, I've seen tornadoes with a 20 degree temperature dew point spread, even 20. two. For instance, Oklahoma the other month, I think was last month. But yeah, honestly, like I really just look for less than 15. That's what I look for. The best spot is 10 in my opinion. So that's just too close, is what I'm trying to say. It's just too close. You need those to be a little bit more spaced out. That temperature needs to be a little bit higher than what this model is depicting. So other than that, it looks like a good sounding. Lapse rates might be a bit of an issue, but honestly, I don't believe so. So as for that temperature dew point spread, like I said, you want to look between 5 and 15, in my opinion. Once you get to like 15, 16 plus, storms are going to be elevated, probably mainly a hail threat. And then once you get beneath 5, you could still have tornadoes. I don't think there's much of an issue being, with 3, 4, 5 temperature dew point spreads. I just think when it's too close, like, your temperature dew points are the same or they're 3 degrees off, then it's an issue. And if they're way too far, like 14 and beyond, then it's an issue. What is your favorite model to use and go off of? The HRRR for sure. I like to go off the HRRR and the normal NAM model. I do not like the NAM 3K. I do like the NAM in sense of ingredients, so I like to compare the NAM model in terms of what the HRRR is saying, but my favorite model, the one that I trust the most, is by far the HRRR. But I mean, honestly, once you get to like the day before, the day of, it's really more of now casting. The day before, of course, you're using the HRRR, but honestly, all of them. Like, if I had to choose just one model run to always use, it'd be the HRRR, but I like to use HRRR, WRAP, NAM, NAM 3K, the GFS. I like to see what every single one is saying and then kind of average that together and then give my thoughts on what I think could occur with the event. Because it's good to have multiple opinions. Like, for instance, the HRRR, so I can't do this for tomorrow because it's far out. But if I just go for, say, Supercell's in like 5 hours. I can compare products, the current model run data, and I can compare that between the GFS, the NAM, the WRAP, and the HRRR, and you can see they all initiate thunderstorms in Southwest Texas, so that's an easy target area. Then I could do previous model runs with the HRRR, and you can see it keeps them there the whole time. It keeps them there the entire duration. It keeps it in Southwest Texas, so I know, easy target area, Southwest Texas. Louisiana, you can see it's jumping all over the place, so it's not as easy of a target area. But I would probably target northwestern Louisiana, east central Texas, somewhere out in this vicinity. I don't even know if there's storms ongoing out there right now. There is. Yep, that's where I would be. That's where I would be, probably. So, yeah, I like to use a lot of different models. But HRRR is the one I use the most. My most used models are the GEFS, which is an ensemble, actually, and then the HRRR. Those are my two most used products, per se. Because the GEFS, like I said, so just to show you, it combines 20 different solutions and 20 different I don't know how to word this, and it combines it into one. It combines it into one so that way you get the average of, the ingredients present. So I like the GEFS, which is right there on College of Dew page. And then HRRR. Those are my two most used. Ready for hurricane season? Yep. I'm ready to get back into it. Probably gonna be pretty rusty for the first week or two of looking at the products, but I'll eventually get a hang of it. What do you think for Lincoln, Nebraska tomorrow? Do you think mainly a wind threat? Yeah, right off the bat. Will this be a briefing and coverage stream, like half and half, More of briefing. More of briefing. Scenarios. Yes, that was the word. Sure was. Scenarios. 20 different scenarios. Exactly. Also to look at the HRRR Supercell composite here. Just to show you, again, you're going to have two different target areas. You're going to have North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, and you're going to have that enhanced risk in Nebraska. Those are the two main tornado target areas for tomorrow. And you can see HRRR initiates in both. A little bit more north than what I circled there. And in Nebraska, of course, it initiates thunderstorms. There is some uncertainty on the storm mode, but tornadoes should very well be a possibility in both of those areas. I wouldn't be... They're either going to do one of two things. They are either going to upgrade the entire area to a 5%, all out in this general vicinity here, or they're going to put a bimodal risk where they have a 5% down here for tornadoes and a 5% up here for tornadoes, something like that. And depending on the morning analysis, I'll definitely look at the morning and the afternoon, especially the afternoon analysis. I wouldn't be that surprised to see a 10 hatched in, honestly, either one of them. The only uncertainty is the storm mode, so if that is gone by the morning, we could end up with that strong tornado threat. I don't feel like they're going to pull the trigger due to uncertainty. I would not be surprised at all if they don't do a 10 hatched. It's not like I'm expecting strong tornadoes tomorrow, but I just wouldn't be surprised by it. But I don't feel like they will do it just because of the uncertainty of the storm mode between the main model runs. Let's see. So, yeah. Glad to see you guys all in here. Make sure you guys have hit that like button if you're just tuning in, as well as subscribe to the channel if you are new, and share the stream with your family, friends, social media. Remember, these briefings are all about trying to reach as many people as we can before the severe weather occurs. No, I'm going live tomorrow, 100%. I'm not 50-50 on it at all. I am 50-50 on what to do, though, because I'm feeling like I want to be live right as or just barely before the storm's fire. But then I also kind of don't want to waste like 3 hours waiting for the things to actually get going before I go live. So I'll either go live tomorrow at like... This says 6. I don't believe that. I feel like it's going to be... Am I on the right day? I'm not. I knew something was off. I knew something was off. There you go. Yeah, 4 o'clock. Maybe we'll be live at 4 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. Or we're going to wait for things to really get going at about 6:30, 7 o'clock. So we'll see. But definitely going to be live regardless. We're not going to miss tomorrow's severe threat. Now, tonight's enhanced risk, we do have an enhanced risk, level 3 out of 5 for wind in place. There is uncertainty on the models. You can see the HRRR just has mess there. The NAM, honestly, should also have, downtrended with that. So there's a chance we just don't see storms inside the enhanced risk today. I do believe that's a very good possibility, at least for the damaging winds that we're expecting. Now, we already have a severe in the enhanced, warned for 70-mile-an-hour winds, ironically enough. But yesterday, for instance, if I can pull it up, this model run, you can kinda see it has the line there. Kinda, but not really. Why'd they even pull that? No, I don't want to see the freaking watch. I want to look at the discussion. Okay, I don't care about the level 1 threat. I want to see the level 3 threat. Do they not even mention why they pulled it? Cool. Don't even tell me. Hey, that thing's still there. 1010. I swear that was 1020 like 2 days ago. Oh well. So that is a 1010 for tropical development. Okay. Is that right now? Let's see. Yep, they just warned that for 2.5-inch hail out here. So I don't really, I can't see that because of the radar coverage out here. Somebody please add a radar site out here, but I know why they can't. It's probably because of the mountains. Or maybe that's New Mexico's radar hole. But that's one for 2.5-inch hail. Just want to go through these storms and see if they're anything interesting at all. They're just the same as yesterday. Big hail. Big hail and winds. Oh, speaking of winds, yesterday we had a 91 mile an hour wind report. That might have been okay. That is starting to strengthen. See where that's starting to bow out? So you've got a little area notch here, little area notch here. So right in the middle, that's where you're going to have damaging winds. So they could upgrade that to 70 mile an hour winds. I wouldn't be surprised. But anyways, yeah, yesterday, northwest of Lubbock, Texas, out in this general area, we had a report of 91 mile an hour winds. I was getting ready to go live for it, but I just didn't. I just didn't go live for it, but I was about to, and then I decided it wasn't gonna last long enough. We got the 91 mile an hour wind report, and then from there on out, it just continued to weaken. But at one point, I think we had 10,000 people without power in this general vicinity throughout like these 9 counties here. I think we had about 10,000 people without power between all 9 of them. Yeah, 10,000, which is not nearly as much as what we've had before. So that's nothing impressive for a storm. Now, 91 mile an hour winds reported. That is impressive. Whoa. Why are we highlighting this in red, SPC? What are we doing? Why do we have a red hatched on the new MCD? What is that for? I don't like that. That's additional storm development. Oh, tornado or 2 possible. That's why. Isn't there already a tornado risk up there? Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. It's just not like the SPC to randomly flop a red hatched on a mesoscale discussion. Interesting. That's something. So tornadoes will be possible. I'm gonna go look at the meso analysis for that. It's currently 6:23, so we just got a new meso analysis. I'll be the judge of that. Yeah, it's favorable. Wow, 4,500. You bet that is favorable. Now, what does the HRRR say about that? Does that show any additional storm development? Yeah, it does. That's in Nebraska, correct? Yes. So I would not be surprised with that at all. The most favorable environment currently is in this area and as well as in this whole area for tornadoes. So pretty much right in between where they put the MCD. To the south and to the north of where they put that MCD. But it's still favorable in the middle of that. It's just not as favorable. No, I haven't gone to school for meteorology yet. I do have, like, college textbooks and stuff, but I'm not in college for meteorology at all. Fully self-taught over the last 4 years. I think. I need to just write down the date that I got into weather. Pretty sure it was like April 16th, 2020. Yeah, that's it. There's no 1, 2, or 3, or 4. April 16th, 2020. Let's see. I want to go check the... Well, I gotta go check the can sips. Why? Because I need to know if they're still on track for the hurricane season. Yep. Looks like August is probably going to be the most active for hurricanes. But that could easily change. I'm not expecting, like, any tropical development in June at all. I really don't think we'll see any, unless it's towards, like, the very late portion of June. But I don't really see it, personally. At the moment. Now, I can nearly guarantee I'm probably going to go right back on those words in about 2 weeks. Normally, that's how weather works. Oh, I just pulled up my... That's Hurricane Michael from, I think, 2019 that you just saw right there. It's been my background forever. I want to change it, but I... Well, how are you today? Seems we got a tornado warning. You know, funny enough, I was looking at this before. I was looking at that before. Because it had areas of just red and blue, but I was wondering if it was corruption or not. Obviously, they believe that is not corruption. You're not going to hear the beep because I don't have that product up. I guess I'll go ahead and pull that up now. This is the product that gives you the beep whenever there's a tornado warning. So now if there's a tornado warning, we'll hear that. I was not anticipating there to be a tornado warning. But there's one. Does anybody even live out here? Let me see how many people are in that warning. 12. 12 people. Wonder if we can spot the house. Let's see. It's very red. Oh, I think I found all 12 of them. There's people right there. What about back out over here? It's just all hills. A pond. A road. It looks like that's like the only main house out here. Yep. It looks like this area here has probably like 3 people. This area here probably has like 6. And I thought I saw more houses up here. Those look like farm silos or something else, not houses. But we found all the people there, so make sure you guys are seeking shelter. There's only 12 people in that warning, but that's still 12 people who need to be seeking shelter. There's not really much I can say about that. It's a tornado warning. It's in a radar hole, and I can't see a thing about it, but big hail and potential to drop a tornado. It has a good supercellular look to it, so you can see you've got your main supercell structure here. So you have your hail core all back up in this area. You have where your tornado would be located right out in front of that. You know, this might even be a bit of an eagle split on the northeast quadrant, east-northeast quadrant of the supercell. So we'll see. We'll see if this ends up dropping a tornado. I'm not shocked they warned that, though, because I did see, like I said, I did see the area of rotation, per se. Honestly, I thought it was corruption. I kind of thought it was corruption. And considering it's so far away from the radar site, that's probably just very precautionary, you know, just in case. That's a just-in-case warning. That's a just in case this produces a tornado. You can't fuss at me. That's what that is. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. Better safe than sorry. So make sure you're seeking shelter. There's no named locations out here. Fort Stockton is one of the nearest named location here. From downtown Fort Stockton, this tornado warning, if we have a tornado, it would be located about 36.6 miles southwest of downtown Fort Stockton, Texas. If we have a tornado on the ground. And honestly, if we had one, it might even be out of the polygon if we did. Your tornado would be back somewhere in this general vicinity. I don't know exactly where, but only a small quadrant of where the tornado may be is inside that warning. Because your tornado is not going to be, unless it's doing an Andover, it's not going to be floating out in an area with no precipitation. Oh, I figured this out on Radar Omega the other day. Look at this, look at this, look at this. I didn't know that you could zoom in and then see it does like a 3D box of homes. I didn't know that before. I probably did, but just forgot about it. Just wanted to mention that real quick because I thought it was pretty cool. We're inside a storm in 3D. Where'd those houses go? Oh my goodness, I lost where I am. Wait. Oh, I couldn't even see the tornado warning because of all this stuff. See, look, it recognizes these as houses here and houses back here. And then houses back over here. That's probably a shed and not so much a house. But yeah, I found that out and I was like, oh, wait, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I feel like I remember that from hurricane season, though. So if this isn't producing a tornado right now, it is producing about 2.5-inch hail with it. So make sure you are seeking shelter if you're inside this current tornado warning. Remember, tornado warning means a tornado is imminent or possibly even on the ground. Because you got to remember, you know, the way how they confirm tornado warnings is if there's a tornado on the ground for a couple of minutes. So for a couple of minutes, a tornado's been on the ground for a couple of minutes, and then they confirm it. Which is why we say a tornado is imminent or possibly even on the ground. Because in order for them to confirm the warning, the tornado has to have already been ongoing. And sometimes they are very much late to that. We've seen them 13 minutes late to confirm a tornado before. Matter of fact, we saw it not but oh, what was it? I can't remember it. It was about a week ago. Just about a week ago. What's today? Friday, so it was a week ago from Sunday. From this upcoming Sunday, so about 5 days ago. Man. What, did I just not get enough sleep anymore or something? Oh, today. It's not Saturday. So in that case, 6 days ago. Yes, this is a very big radar hole. Sure is. We could do a big 3D of this. So there's your clustery thunderstorms. You can see both of them have the overshooting tops here. The one on the left has a lot more, which is more to the west. So this one, according to radar, has a much bigger hail core out here. South of, or actually north of, northeast of Davis. So again, we do have a tornado warning out here. This is for, like I said, about 36.6 miles southwest of Fort Stockton. I can't really give you another area there. It's in Texas. Tornado is imminent or possibly even on the ground. We do have a lot of wind reports here. I wonder if any of these say power lines down, trees down, trees down, trees down, and that's not a report. Okay. Let me go back up to this. Oh. No way there's a chaser on that tornado warning, right? That's crazy. Hold on, I think somebody I actually watch is on that tornado warning. I gotta go see this. Well, shockingly, you can't see a thing. It's just rain. I'm pretending to be shocked here. Who would have thought? I don't think Connor's going... Oh. He is going live in 25 minutes. I knew he was out there, but I didn't know if he was going to go live or not. I guess he is going to go live for today's severe threat. He's targeting Colorado again. There's really not that much potential out there, but I mean, he's up there anyway, so why not just chase, right? No, Dusty. I believe it was the one in southeastern Illinois, western Kentucky that went unwarned for 13 minutes. How long am I streaming? Probably 2 hours today. Probably right around that. Let's see. All these are Tor possible severes as well. Minus the one that just got issued out here in far southwest Texas. But our cluster of thunderstorms up here are all Tor possible. With a tornado warning on this one southwest of Fort Stockton in Texas. As for the other thunderstorms, they are significant west of Garden City out here for wind. Both of those are 70-mile-an-hour severes, as well as 1.75-inch hail. So we got a bit of a hail threat and wind threat ongoing out there in southwest Kansas and southeastern Colorado. I don't know exactly where Connor's targeting in Colorado, but if I had to guess, he's probably going to target northeastern Colorado into northeastern Colorado into southwest Nebraska. Especially since we just got that MCD. The highest tornado threat is going to be a little bit more east right out in this area. They did say additional development is possible, but at the moment, I do not see that. I see what they're talking about. Let me see if I can turn on the satellite imagery. So there's these right here. But that, I think that might be outside their MCD. Very close to outside their MCD for more initiation. It looks like there's a boundary setting up right about there. Maybe slightly more to the west. Will I be live Tuesday? I don't know. I don't know. I have something going on in one of these days in early June, and then once that's done, I'll be free to live stream for the next 20 days until I have another thing that I have to do. But I forgot what day I'm going to be a bit busy. I'll most likely be live Tuesday. You know what I gotta do? I gotta make a video. That's what I gotta do. I gotta make a, I gotta get back in the groove of making videos. Consistent videos. Because like I said, during hurricane season, typically we turn into more of videos as opposed to live streams. But you guys always seem to like the live streams more. Especially on this channel, obviously. Seems like the live streams are always the more picked one over videos. Let's see. So let's go back down to that tornado warning. I don't want to stay away from it for too long. It is undergoing a cell merge currently. Oh, okay. Let's go. I'll be busy Monday morning. So that will not interfere with anything. Unless we have some random severe threat Monday. On Radar Omega, do you still think the radar gate at like 14-ish? Are you talking about Are you talking about, hold on, I don't know if this is going to show any personal info. Are you talking about this right here? Did you say you have it on? Oh my word. Yeah, I have it on 14. How did you know that? Did I show that in my video? Or are you stalking me? um, yeah, I keep that at 14 just so it doesn't show any lower values. Because if I do this, then it shows all the, the interference around the radar sites. So I just like to keep it at 14 because it gives it a more clean look. But did you say if I've had any troubles with it? Let me go back up and see. Yeah, any issues with it? No. Nope. The only time I've had issues with it is very light rain occurring. So, like, when I switch over to my local radar site, I'm like, hey, it doesn't show that it's raining over my house. And then if I switch this down to, like, all the way near, apparently -10, then you can see the rain. So, only in terms of, like, very light rainfall. I also always have this off. I wonder if it will be a good thing to keep that on. Pretty sure it makes, like, a weird whooshing noise or something. So I don't believe this is tornadic anymore, thanks to these storms merging. They'll keep that warned probably for another 19 minutes until it starts to fall apart, and then we'll be goods to go. Most likely. Let me see. So for those of you who are just tuning in, we're just really keeping an eye on this tornado warning. But the main reason for going live was just to talk about the severe potential. Like the thumbnail is today's risk and tomorrow's risk, where we are looking for severe weather potential. So that includes Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri. I think that's almost all of them. That includes a small portion of Wisconsin, Louisiana. I don't know if it includes Arkansas. Nope. Oh, it also goes back out here towards Memphis. Memphis, what the heck? Mississippi, Alabama. Arkansas is for Monday's severe threat, as well as into Illinois, Kentucky. That's Monday's very small severe threat, but it's not that notable. But it's still, still there. I do not have the rapid sweep thingy. I don't see why that doesn't come with just the alpha subscription, so therefore I'm just not going to buy it. I don't see a need to be paying that much for a radar site every single month. At that point, I might as well just turn to WSV3. You know what? That is an option. Never thought about that. WSV3 would be much better. I don't know. I've always had issues with WSV3. I've never gotten it to run smoothly at all. Right, let's switch back on over to this. There we go. Well, WSV3 is $250 a year. Yikes. I didn't remember it being that much, but I'm pretty sure the radar sweep thing is like $60 a year, if I'm not mistaken. And then Alpha is $120 a year. So that's already up to $200. And WSV3 is a lot more advanced. 80. Wow. Yeah, see, I don't pay for it. So 80, yeah, 80 plus 120 is 200. Yeah. I'm gonna go to Shreveport. What's the storm looking like in front of us? Let me see. Probably a lot of wind. Okay, so you're driving from Monroe to Shreveport. So eventually you're going to hit this line towards Shreveport. Most likely by the time you hit it, it's going to be fairly weak in intensity. It's already been weakening the last few minutes. So I think you'll be perfectly fine until you hit like Western Shreveport. It depends on where you are now. So just proceed with caution as you go towards Shreveport. It will be in downtown Shreveport in about 30 minutes. So if you're towards like Ruston, this thing should be weakening by the time you get through it. So regardless, winds and a whole lot of rain. Winds and a whole lot of rain. There shouldn't be anything like tornadoes or big hail in that. The maximum hail size is 1 inch in diameter and the maximum gust is 60. You'll probably end up with more like 20, maybe 30 mile-an-hour wind gust. And if you're very unlucky, very small 0.25 inch hail. AWIPS is fantastic. The only thing is it requires you to use like a different Wi-Fi source or something. And that messes up my computer. So if I do that, it completely cut out my live stream one time. I may try it again in the near future, but it is fantastic. I would use it a lot more frequently if it didn't demolish my live stream. Welcome, John. Stay safe. Like I said, main thing, wind and a whole lot of rain. I don't believe we're at a destructive severe anywhere. I'll just check real quick. The closest thing we have to a destructive severe right now is this storm. Let's see where it takes us. Should be this one. Yep. With 2.5 inch hail. That is the closest we have to a destructive severe. A destructive severe thunderstorm warning, which is a life-threatening situation, is 80 mile-an-hour winds or greater, as well as 2.75 inch hail or greater. Could be one, could be both. Both of them are, if it's 80 mile-an-hour winds, it's destructive. If it's just 2.75 inch hail, it's destructive. If it's both for the hail and the wind, it's destructive. It's got to be one or the other or both. So this is just 0.25 inch hail off of being a life-threatening situation. And it's southwest of Fort Stockton. It was previously tornado warned. The reason why they got rid of that is thanks to the cell merge occurring. They did just issue a mesoscale discussion for that line in Shreveport. The SPC says the risk of damaging winds and some hail may continue into the early evening. The storm should continue to gradually weaken as they move off to the east. Primary risk will be damaging winds. So just like I said, mainly winds. Yeah, I wish I could use AWIPS. It's not something that I recommend for like broadcasting and stuff, but if you're like wanting to go into meteorology field or a very advanced radar site, then AWIPS would be the one. I don't know. I kind of want to use it now. I kind of want to use it now because it is very awesome. We're 1.5 hours from Shreveport. So, yeah, you're probably close to, like, Gibbsland in that case. Because that's probably about an hour and a half away or so. Your only issue is going to be this thing. It's whether or not this right here survives. Let me look at the future model data, which we should have just gotten a new one in here. Not yet. According to models, this should start to die off. Catman, you never heard of AWIPS? Oh my goodness. That is wild. Are you sure, Catman? AWIPS. Cave version 2. The SPC and National Weather Service's radar program that you could use for free. Like the most advanced radar site, how the SPC issues their outlooks, that site. No, that's crazy. Yeah, that. Oh my word. I don't think I'm advanced enough for that, Voice of Freedom. Maybe I'll try in 40, 50 years, but I don't know about that. Something. I said something. Let's see. I'm pretty sure they also use it for hurricane outlooks too. I know you can. Quickly just checking something, y'all. Making sure I'm not missing anything. Alright, we good. Hey, Connor! See what this dude's up to. Oh my word. Is he opening a package? Oh, he is. I think he's opening fan mail. There's a severe off to... Is that severe? Yeah, that's severe to his northeast. He's opening mail right now, though. Where is this dude? Oh, he must be up here. Yeah, Sterling, Colorado. Yeah. So he's just to the south of there. He's somewhere along State Highway 14, south of Sterling, Colorado. How do I get A-whips? Huh, good question. Good freaking question. I don't even know. I do not even know. It took me forever to download it, and I can't even tell you how to do it. Let me go back over here. Let me see if I could get one. Cave A-whips. It's very difficult to install. I'm pretty sure once you figure it out, though, it's easy, but I'll have to try to remember how to get it. My word, I don't even know how. Is it this one? Gracious day. You need, like, Python, I believe, as well. It's very complicated. It's not easy. Okay, is it this one? Okay. Well, shoot. Pause that. I'm downloading it again. Alright, I can't send you a direct link, Catman. I'll send you this in DMs just to get it to you. Twitter won't let me send a link. And you gotta go to this page here. Alright. Good luck, buddy. Oh, it is. It is a headache, Legacy. It is. It is a headache and a half. Alright. So let me go over to... Ooh, wait, I need to see this. Okay. I'm looking at the statistics for Western Oklahoma's severe threat. Man, isn't it crazy how we had more high risks than marginal risks in May? We had more high risks than marginals in May. That is crazy. Let me see. I'll send it in, I guess I'll send it in off topic, I suppose. If you want to try to get it. I'll probably have to do a tutorial on that sometime. Maybe we'll try to run cave on tomorrow's live stream or something. Do you not like it, Catman? See you later, Brooklyn. Thanks for tuning in. All right, let me go back over to the SPC Outlook. So here's today's risk for severe weather. We've got still a large marginal risk level 1, slight risk level 2, and an enhanced risk level 3 for severe weather. Yes, this is today's. I was like, is this today's? Sure is. And here's the tornado risk. We've got a 2% risk over this entire area here. So that's a level 1 out of 5 for tornadoes. 2% down here, 2% over here, and a 2% up here in Mississippi and Alabama. Oh, shoot. You know what, Catman? For the first time in this channel, I may have wasted one. That sucks. Hold on. Please tell me this still says 5. That sucks. Yep. That is terrible. That is horrific. Oh well. Nothing you can do about it. The 5 free gifted memberships. That is the first time I have ever forgotten. I'm normally pretty good at that, but not not last month. I blame it on Lucky. I blame it on Lucky. No, I just forgot to give them out. Oh well. But anyways, we also have tomorrow's risk for severe weather. There's Nightbot getting legacy. So we've got a large marginal risk all the way from North Dakota through South Dakota, Wyoming, down through Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma, back out towards Louisiana, back up in Oklahoma, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, with a level 1 threat there. And then we got a level 2 threat in that yellow and towards Lubbock. Another large level 2 threat up here. And that is a slight risk as well. And then our highest risk is a level 3 out of 5, which is, again, this is for tomorrow, out here in Nebraska and Kansas. That's a level 3 there. Wait, do you hate AWIPs or do you like it, Catman? Take a look at Colorado. How do I look at Colorado? There's just radar holes all over the place. One of the chasers, Connor Croft, one of our chasers, are on this storm. He's on this storm in Sterling, Colorado right now. He's pointing out to the blue skies at the moment. Man, why can't I get storm structures like that? Look above my face cam. That's Connor Croft. Why can't we get stuff like that here in Virginia? That thing's warned for 1-inch hail and 50-mile-an-hour winds. If I got a warning for 1-inch hail and 50-mile-an-hour winds, it would look like one cloud in the sky. Not a beast of a supercell. Man. All right, main storms to watch are these in Southwest Texas at the moment. They are on a weakening trend, but we'll continue to keep an eye on it just in case. That's because you're ahead of Nightbot on the chain of command legacy. That's why. So these are the main ones to watch at the moment. Let me put today's outlook on so we don't get confused. There you go. Yeah, I might try to get A-Whips to work again, but I don't know. I don't know, because I had to get rid of one of the Wi-Fi adapters, and that wasn't fun. It made my live streams lag and crash, but we'll see. Oh my goodness. Good, that didn't appear up on the stream. Alrighty. Well, we're just kind of sitting here for the next hour or so till we approach the 2-hour mark, and then we'll end. I still have AWIPS installed on my computer. All I have to do is change that adapter, which I think I still know how to. Maybe. Possibly. Let's see. Get rid of this satellite imagery. Just one severe left out here in southeast Louisiana, and it's for just east of Lafayette, Louisiana. We only have 3 significant severes right now. Those are all easily able to see here. We've got 2, both for wind and hail up here in southwest Kansas, and another one in southwest Texas, which is for 2-inch hail. It's not that I need a cell boost or anything. It's just when I take off that adapter, certain things don't work on my computer. Wait, what? Oh. Someone posted an outlook of, from earlier in May, and I didn't even recognize it. We had, like, how many moderates did we have last year? Or not last year, last month alone. I think it was like 4 or 5 in the month of May. Is that rotating? Hold on, let me mute y'all so I can hear what Connor's saying. That's probably just a lot of scud. Like a lot of scud. Wow. I'm just gonna wait until I get an ad on Connor's feed, and then I'll show y'all. Well, there's an ad. Knowing my luck, I'm gonna get another ad in a few seconds right when I show y'all his live stream. So here's a live view at Connor Croft's feed. A lot of scud. I mean, this would be awesome to see in real life. This is all I am wishing for when I storm chasing the plains. Just a structure like this, and I'll be perfectly fine with it. Because I haven't seen anything like this in my lifetime in Virginia. At all. We don't get semi-discrete supercells. 6 moderates and 1 high. That is absurd. Gracious day. That is crazy. It won't break my computer at all. It's just a matter of if my streams will still, well, stream. But maybe we'll try that for tomorrow. I'll get it set up. You're not Reed Timmer. I had to say it. Man. Let me go back up to Colorado. Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks really, really good, honestly, in both in real life and on radar. Man, look at the middle of the screen. It's really starting to rotate. Oh no, switch the camera back. There's a live view from Connor Croft's feed in Sterling, Colorado. We're going to get an ad right when I'm not able to change the scene in a split second. Moving this back down here. That might be rotating southwest of Fort Stockton. We'll see if they warn that. That's the one that was previously tornado warned. There's a lot of broad regions of rotation. I don't see... just like a minute ago, I saw a concentrated area rotation, but now it's just like the whole thing is spinning. The whole thing is spinning. But it's not a specific concentrated area of rotation just yet. But you can see above my face cam, I mean, it's got a hook to it already, and it's going to try to rotate in a few minutes, if not already is. Wow. Man. Is there a river in the way over here? Connor said there's a river in the way. I think east of Sterling. Man, Northeast Colorado is just not fun for radar coverage. It is where we've had a lot of good structures, though. So chasers absolutely love Northeast Colorado. Minus the radar coverage. I think the best place to chase would probably be, like, around the Amarillo area. I feel like the northern central panhandle of Texas would be the best. That's where I think the best chasing terrain would be. But I haven't been out and about, so I don't really know what's the best area. Oop, Connor's starting to get some hail. He ain't even close to the hail core. How does that work? It's because of the updrafts. At that precip, it takes the hail up, or it takes, is that trying to form a... It's really trying to get a wall cloud, but anyways, like I said, so basically it forms a hail with the updraft, and then the downdraft occurs. That's where you get the hail at. And normally it's in the central portion of the supercell, or like the north central portion of it. Which in this case, which you guys can barely see it, it would be right there where most of the hail occurs. But I imagine your updrafts probably occurred right here, so your downdraft normally goes right in there. So, but there's plenty of instances where you can get hail around the hook as well. Just the most common spot is like dead center supercell. He's trying to move, so we'll just let him. We'll just let him book it. Hello, Lakeisha. You would have missed the live stream if I ended at my normal time, but I decided we'll just do 2 hours today. I don't believe we'll be doing a 4-hour live stream tomorrow. The plan is 3 hours, but who knows? A lot of that stuff gets thrown out the window. Man. Get it! Get the stupid radar. There it is. This is the other storm I'm watching. It is a lot of corruption at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if they warn it. Just in case. But it is Tor possible, too. Yeah, so let me just do analysis on that. So, like I was saying, your updrafts typically are located. Most of the time it's different, but I think the most common area for an updraft, Catman, help me out here, is probably in this area. It's either this area or this area. I can't remember. One or the other. And then, you know, it obviously that's where your updraft is, so your downdraft's most of the time right up in this area here. Wow. Is that whole thing rotating? I wonder if that whole thing's rotating. This is going right for Sterling. I can't tell if it's like solid rotation at the moment. Oh, this is the most craziest tornado season I've experienced ever. I have not experienced a season like this. Jeez. This may produce a tornado at any given second. Like, this thing is absolutely ripping for rotation right now. So if you're in the city of Sterling, Colorado, I'd seek shelter immediately. It just doesn't look like rotation. It's so obvious. Most of the time it's like embedded or very hidden or extremely gray. But this one's like very clear and completely photogenic. I'm just waiting to see a condensation funnel. It's probably going to go to an ad, but right here is where I'm watching the most. Right there. That's where I'm watching for a funnel to start. Look at that. That is crazy. No wonder why this is Connor's favorite place to chase. Just a random, very low end severe. Wow. He's running from the hail. I believe it's going away from Connor. Connor's on the southern side of the Hook Echo, and the storm's moving northeast. Ah ha ha! No free advertisement for you. Boom. Wall cloud is it's something that's rotating. So a funnel cloud is the stage before a tornado. So in order to get a tornado, you have to have a funnel cloud. And in order to have a funnel cloud, you have to have a wall cloud. So a wall cloud basically means there's an area of rotation. Funnel cloud means a tornado is trying to touch down. And then a tornado is obviously a tornado is on the ground. So like this whole thing is a big raggedy, messy wall cloud at the moment. So wall cloud, air rotation, funnel, tornado is imminent, trying to touch down, and then most of the time that funnel's going to go back up. But every once in a while, you'll get a funnel that turns into a tornado. Connor just happens to be on every single storm that produces a tornado, it feels like. Yeah, no free advertisement. That is going all over the place. I can't tell what's going on with that thing. It looks like it's rotating left, right, up, down, all over the place. That was a good crawler lightning bolt at the bottom left. You're welcome, Riley. There's no funnel at the moment. Funnels are very easy to spot. Yeah, I think most of that is Scud, actually, Sam. I think a good chunk of that is just just scary looking clouds there. SLC. Even Connor's saying it. There's not a ton of actual organized rotation. Dude, the whole thing's rotating. Crazy thing is, this doesn't look impressive on radar at all. Minus the hook echo. We're just gonna keep watching his feed because I'm mesmerized by this at the moment. Absolutely crazy. This just encourages me to want to get out there more and more. What the heck? Eh. Debatable. I don't know about that storm in Port Stockton. I would not be surprised if we have a tornado about to touch down out here, well to the southeast of southwest rather of Fort Stockton. We just received a flash flood emergency now. I'm pretty sure. Yes, that is a flash flood emergency east of Lafayette, west of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So catastrophic flash flooding is anticipated for Henderson down towards Parks. Out here above my face cam, you can see it. That is a flash flood emergency. It's a life-threatening situation with the potential of catastrophic flooding. Between 5 and 8 inches of rain has fallen, and a additional 1 to 3 inches of rainfall is possible. Oh, you bet that's a lot of rain. Holy moly. Wow. Has that just been stationary or something? Oh, it has. There's just been stationary thunderstorms. Makes sense. Let's go back up to the storm in Colorado. I'm keeping an eye on that one south of Fort Stockton. Honestly, shocked they don't have that warned south of Fort Stockton. We could have a tornado on the ground at any given second out here. But we're just waiting to see. I'm wondering if anybody's on that. That would have been my storm. I would have been on that. Not the one Connor's on. This one south of Fort Stockton. No. Is this person on it? Everybody's in Colorado. Everyone's in Colorado. Where, Connor? Oh, that is a funnel. Right there. That's a funnel. Is that it? Which one is it? There's so many, Connor. Point it out for me. Oh, I don't even see it now. I think it is gone. I don't even know which one it was. Did he just say it? Hold on. Yeah, several little funnels. That's what I was thinking too. It's like there's like 6 things that look like a funnel to me. The thing is, you got to stand still and see if that quote funnel is actually rotating. I believe it was the one I pointed out. I don't see anything right now. I'm in the one in Texas. That's above my face cam. It's far from the radar, so it's not like we can see anything. But we'll keep an eye on it. Still rotating out there in Sterling, Colorado. I don't think the weed whacker's chasing now. I don't believe so.
Tornado warning for
What's that
West
one for?
Central Pecos County in southwestern Texas, Pecos
Thank
County
you.
in Texas.
Hanku. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So they just warned that. I was wondering when they were going to do that, because it's been rotating for at least the last 4, maybe even 5 scans there. So if anything is going to drop a tornado, it's probably going to be this one in Texas. Connor is traveling away at the moment. Out there in Colorado. I do want to see the environment out here. Very, very favorable. Very favorable. On this storm in Texas. Yeah. Give me just a moment. Okay. Where is this? Okay. Till... I just had to quickly type something out, y'all. Gracious day. Yeah, this one's going to be an issue for sure. Connor does not like this river at all. See you later, Legacy. The only thing I don't like about this storm is the fact that it's in a freaking radar hole. They did put Tor Possible on it, though. That's a good call. That is a good call. If there's going to be any storm that drops a tornado today, out of any storm in the whole U.S., it's going to be this one. It's in the best environment possible at the moment. It is in a really good environment. And it's going to get better. When it moves more southeast, it's going to get in an even better environment. Wow. Very. That's your answer, Sam. Very. Almost 12,000 feet up. Almost 12,000 feet up there. Let me go over here. Alright, we're gonna wait until Connor can get into a better vantage point to show where he is. But again, he's almost in downtown Sterling, Colorado now. So he's probably gonna be stuck for a little while there. Wow. Oh, finally, a chaser is on this storm in Texas. I don't believe he's streaming it, though. That's unfortunate. Wow. Yeah, this could possibly be producing a tornado at any given second here. So we're going to keep an eye on that for sure. Again, this is southwest of Fort Stockton, Texas. As what updated the radar? Yeah. It updated 3 minutes ago. But, oh, it just updated again. You saw that. It doesn't look as impressive, but still very capable of producing a tornado. We're also going to keep an eye. I don't want to have that radar. I want to keep this radar site up here for Sterling. It looks very messy at the moment. This must have done a cell merge or something. Yep, storm fired behind it. So we're going to watch this as it attempts to cross over Sterling here. There's no tornado imminent with this at the moment. It's still very messy area of rotation. Oh, that's what I was trying to find. There you go. By the way, that flash flood emergency in Louisiana goes until 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. Favorable for significant tornadoes in Texas. So the only area that's favorable for significant tornadoes in Texas, at least, from what I can tell, is right out in front of this storm. It gets quite favorable just northwest of Sanderson, Texas. Most favorable area looks to be right in here. Right here looks to be the most favorable environment for significant tornadoes. Let me look in Colorado just to see if that has it. No. So this is the most favorable environment at the moment. Which this storm's going to move right into. And it's probably going to at least try to produce a tornado. Once it moves off towards that region. Okay, there we go. I'm just trying to see what Connor's going to do here. So that tornado warning remains in effect for 17 more minutes. We'll probably be very close to concluding our stream once that expires there. So 2 storms to watch. This one in Texas going towards Sanderson, Texas, and this storm up here in northeast Colorado, Sterling moving up to the northeast. Those are the 2 main ones to keep an eye on. Doing good, Ailey. It's weird. I didn't sneeze at all. Until just now, right when I wanted to welcome Haley. Yeah, it doesn't look like that storm's producing a tornado at the moment in southern Texas. Same goes for this one in Colorado, so that is good news there. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like button on today's live stream, as well as subscribe to the channel with the notification bell set to all if you are new. And yeah. Also share this if you can. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you, Ailey. Alrighty. So we'll just keep an eye on these storms for the amount of time we're live here. Wow. Doing trailer report out there in Garden City, Kansas. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Like I said, mainly a wind and a hail threat today. There's not anything too over the top to stay live for. We only have 2 significant severes. Both are for hail, and one is actually for wind as well out there in Texas. Yep, it's this one south of Fort Stockton, of course. So it's really just going to be this one south of Fort Stockton. That's the main issue tonight. It's in a near perfect environment for tornadoes. Wouldn't rule out a strong tornado, but it's in a great environment for brief, weak tornadoes, as well as large hail and damaging winds. So it's in a great environment. It should not die out at all. So it should be there for at least, I'd be surprised if it dies out before 9:30 Eastern. It should be there for at least 2 hours. It should continue its journey to the east-southeast towards Sanderson. I don't think that's going to weaken until the cap builds in, or possibly even later than that. Should be getting the new HRRR at any minute. It's taking very long to load in. We got another HRRR moments ago that finished rendering in probably 30-ish minutes ago or so. That shows this storm continuing for a very long time, being at least severe until 1 a.m. And then the storm's out there northeast Colorado, capable of all hazards all the way until 1 a.m. as well. Oh, they just issued an MCD out here. Let's see what that says. The severe threat is expected to continue across far western Texas. Primary threat will be large hail and severe wind gusts. Anything about a tornado? No. Shockingly, no. Must be the... I didn't check it like an idiot. The surface temperature dew point spread. It's pushing it. It's 15 degrees. It's 15-degree dew point temperature spread. That is a little bit on the elevated side, so you're definitely going to favor more of that hail threat. But considering this is already tornado warned, it's most likely already surface-based, so it shouldn't have that much of an issue at using up the environment to potentially become tornadic. So we'll keep an eye on it. Waiting. There you go. Jeez, radar sight. Holy moly. Things slower to load than A-whips. Still very upper level area of rotation. Up there in Sterling. Colorado. Oh, there's a report. The report, please. Multiple power poles found snapped nearly 1 mile. Oh, hey, hi. What are you doing? Does that say 100? Or am I just like... Oh, okay. Well, that is over hurricane force winds. So we are actually going to switch to the destructive scene for that, because that is actually just as life-threatening as a tornado warning, if not the same. Wow, I bet Twitter is about to freak out. Wow, that is something. The good news is that is for 17 people. The bad news is that's for 17 people. That is crazy. Wow. Oh, that kind of scared me. Just go over here. Oops. Get away from it. Shoo. I hate notifications that take so long to disappear. Over here trying to screenshot the severe warning. Wow. That is insane. A severe for 100-mile-an-hour winds. What warranted them to do that? What in the world warranted them to do that? That is crazy. 100-mile-an-hour severe. It's radar indicated too. Radar indicated by what? The Dow? What could that possibly be radar indicated by? The nearest radar is looking 12,000 feet up. Wow, that is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Gracious day. That is a very, very dangerous storm. Let me go back over to this radar site. I mean, I don't know why they warned that for 100, but holy crap, that's warned for 100. For the next 54 minutes, I'm not gonna stay live for that long. But I'm definitely I'm definitely glad we stayed out a little bit longer. Who did that? Yeah, who put their finger up in the air again? No, it wouldn't even be that because it's radar indicated. Like if a report came in of 100 and it was, you know, just somebody's. Ooh, that's not it, right? No, that's the one that we were reading once that warning came through. That is crazy. My radar says we just got another destructive. Oh, hey, yo. What is this one for? 6-inch hail? 2.75. Much more normal. So that's one for 2.75-inch hail now as well. Wow. Warned for 100-mile-per-hour winds. I feel like there should be a complete different category of the National Weather Service warning system for that. Like, you'd think that they'd pull the extremely dangerous thunderstorm for it. That is just crazy. Hundred-mile-an-hour winds. So if you are in this polygon here, anywhere in this mess of polygons, just make sure you're seeking shelter. As this storm is not only tornadic, not only dropping large hail, but is also warned for up to 100-mile-an-hour winds, which is that's got to be like a I don't think they can make a typo like that. That's not like a typo or anything. That is not a typo you can make. That is crazy. So we'll continue to monitor it as it moves off to the southeast. We won't be live for too much longer, but just know this is probably going to be another one of those long-tracked supercells that produce up to 4-inch hail, up to, I guess, 100-mile-an-hour winds and a tornado or two as well. So this is going to be a very annoying supercell again. It's one of those crazy storms that Texas get. We've had these like 3 or 4 times. That is crazy. Like I said, it's in a very favorable environment. I didn't think... Let me look at the decape out here. Stability. Okay, 5,000 instability. And a lot of decape. 1,400. Sheesh. That is something. We no longer have a tornado warning, thankfully. But this is definitely trying too. Let me show y'all Connor's feed. Right when I switch to this, make sure you play an ad Connor. Look at that. That is definitely trying to produce a tornado out there just east of Starling, Colorado. Very much capable of producing a tornado from Connor Croft's live feed there. Storm doesn't look that impressive on radar, but you can still see, look at that. You can still see a big mesos trying to develop out here. Yes, tornadoes are extremely common in the early stages of a derecho. Very, very common. So we're going to continue to watch this 100-mile-an-hour severe, which that is crazy. I'm very surprised they pulled that. Because I didn't even... it's radar indicated too, so they must have a Dow out here or something. I mean, that is just crazy. I'm waiting for a report of 100-mile-an-hour winds to be received from the National Weather Service, but it's not happening. Wow. So again, this is warned for the potential of 100-mile-an-hour winds out here south of Fort Stockton. I kind of want to wait until it disextends. I guess we'll just go over our time for the live stream. I guess we'll just go an extra 15 minutes. Even though this is in a radar hole, I just want to see if they keep that or not, because that is a very, very rare, very rare tag from the National Weather Service. 90-mile-an-hour winds is very rare, but you barely see a severe thunderstorm warning with a tag of 100-mile-an-hour winds on it. That is like a, if you're very unlucky, once per year ordeal. So, this is the second one we've seen this month. Or not this month, actually this year. We had the other derecho. We had the derecho in southern Kansas that had a tag for 100. And then this random severe storm out here that went from 60 to 100. I don't think it made that big of a jump. The derecho one, I believe, went from 80 to 100. This went from 60 to 100 in one warning. That makes it even more rare. Now, if there was like 2 reports of a 100-mile-an-hour wind gust, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I understand for sure. Or even just 1, but this is a radar indicated severe for 100-mile-an-hour winds, with the nearest radar site being over 100 miles away. Which is why I said they have to have a Dow on it or something. Yeah, I see the one in Sterling. That's the one that Connor Croft is on, our chaser. It's now considerable for hail, so he's going to have fun for that. It's definitely going to be capable of producing a tornado over the next couple hours, honestly. For probably the next 2 or 3 hours. It could drop a tornado at any given minute. So we'll just have to monitor that one. And yeah, this one too, warned for 100, which very shocked about. This storm has weakened drastically. Like it is impressive how fast that has weakened. It's probably going to finish this cell merge, and then it's going to re-intensify, most likely. I'd be pretty surprised if this is the end of this thunderstorm with the environment that it's in. Man. That is just absolutely crazy. Downburst? Maybe. But then you're going to have a report of it or something. I mean, that is not something they pull lightly, ever. So, yeah, I mean, the last time we had that, we had a report of 100.2 mile-an-hour winds, I believe. So we'll keep an eye on that. This is a live look from the Supercell, capable of all hazards out there in Sterling, Colorado. At the moment, it seems to be way more favorable for hail as opposed to a tornado. So that is a absolute astonishing view from our chaser Connor Croft out there in Sterling, Colorado. That is a really nice structure. Yep, there's all your hail. That's what he just pointed towards. He called that a seahorse supercell, which I personally haven't heard of. I have not heard of a seahorse supercell. I'm gonna look it up. Seahorse supercell. Let's see if it's on here at all. No. No, it's not. The National Weather Service just says supercell. They don't have a seahorse definition. Shocker, right? Oh, welcome back, Legacy. Yeah, we're going for a little bit longer. I would have already switched to the ending scene if it wasn't for this 100-mile-an-hour severe. We're gonna stay live until they downgrade that to at least 90 or lower. That is just ridiculous. Yeah, it looks like this is becoming a whole lot more over the last 3-4 scans, a whole lot more of a hail and wind threat and a lot less of a tornado threat. I still believe this is going to have the best opportunity to produce a tornado over the next 3 hours. However, that threat is still extremely low, about 2%. Like the National Weather Service has up there. Same goes for this storm. It has the best potential to produce a tornado, but it is still about 2%. And this one's also in the most favorable environment, which you might be able to tell due to the 100-mile-an-hour severe. See, this is when I don't understand why they don't say this is an extremely dangerous storm. Because, like, that is the time to say it's an extremely dangerous thunderstorm. 100-mile-an-hour winds, which, again, I'm not sure what honestly justified that, but you know, they can warn it for whatever they want. Maybe it's the report. Maybe that report, because we saw that report and then they warned it for 100, but I mean, according to the radar, this report has been here for almost an hour now, so that doesn't make sense. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes sub-severe. When this gets disextended, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes for 60 and then in 41 minutes it expires. So, we'll keep an eye on it. 110 is the highest you've seen? Yeah, me too. I don't think I've ever seen anything higher than that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure there's been one for 120. I don't know though. Yes, you are currently looking at one. You were looking at a PDS severe thunderstorm warning. Man, that is a tiny PDS. They kept that for 100. They are sticking with it. See, good job. That makes a lot more sense. Wind threat is observed. Somebody reported that. The wind threat is observed now for 100-mile-an-hour winds. But who reported 100-mile-an-hour winds? Do we have a Medar out here? No. I don't know. That's something. Wow. Yep, this is a PDS severe thunderstorm warning. A destructive severe is PDS, which is a particularly dangerous situation. It's also life-threatening as well. 9 people are inside that warning. 9 people. Inside one of the most dangerous warnings. The most dangerous warning and the highest level warning the National Weather Service can ever issue is a tornado emergency. But a severe warning for 100-mile-an-hour winds is absolutely ridiculous. It is definitely one of the most dangerous warnings that you can be in. It's not the most, but it's one of the most. Let's see here. I hope there's not 100-mile-an-hour winds with this. Because there's not much you can do to survive 100-mile-an-hour winds if you're not in your safe spot. That's the bad thing about severe warnings is most of the time, unless they're in a very populated city, destructive severes don't set off like, yeah, even your phones. Sometimes your phones won't even go off for severe warnings, and it doesn't matter what the intensity is. I know some alerts go off for if it's destructive, and some sirens also go off if it's destructive as well. But I don't think 10 people, a population of 10 people is going to have a severe, or not a severe warning, but a siren. There's probably not a tornado siren in this polygon. Considering it's Northern Mountain, Panther, Mesa, Pine Mesa, and Cave Mesa. So, man, get out of your radar sight. Stubborn thing. Okay. Didn't go off for a tour? Yeah, you can't rely on your phone. That's why you have to rely on a weather radio. That's what I do. That's what I have is my weather radio. Now, my phone did go off for my tornado warning that I got. I was barely inside that thing. I was like on the line. Or I might even been barely outside of it, but either way, I still went and chased it. I mean, I seek shelter. My bad, my bad. June looks very active for my neck of the woods as well. Towards the latter half of June. There's an opportunity for severe weather for like June 9th, June 10th, or June 7th, June 8th, June 9th, and June 10th, but none of them look that interesting at the moment. The most interesting day, June 6th looks okay at the moment, but it doesn't look interesting to the point where I'd be like, that's probably going to be a chase day. Sam. Sam. Where does Sam live? Can you give me a state? There's two areas that I think I might know where Sam lives. Give me a hint here. South Carolina. I do not know where Sam lives. Maybe Greenville? I don't know. Were you near Greenville or just off to the southeast? We had somebody who lived somewhere out here, and then we had somebody who lived in Greenville. But no, I don't remember it exactly. South of Greenville. Yeah, you're not gonna get anything, buddy. You're in what I like to call TRG Alley. This area right here does not see. Oh, nope, nope, nope. This area right here does not see severe weather. There you go. That area right there. The severe weather's always at the Appalachians, moving towards Charlotte, and then it dies off over here, and then out in the coastline area. That's TRG Alley. I'm going to take a screenshot of that so that way I can draw that again. We'll get all the county names and we'll make that a TRG Alley thing. See how much severe weather occurs in TRG Alley. This is still destructive for 100-mile-an-hour winds. I don't know if they're planning on canceling this. I thought they would have about 8 minutes ago, but it seems like they've continued that, so I have no earthly idea where you are. Nope. Most active month statistically in Ohio. Yep. I don't know if it's going to be that way for Ohio, but we're definitely going to have a pattern that sets up that gives somebody severe weather for almost a week straight. It's either, it could set up in 3 different areas. It's either going to set up here, here, or here. There's kind of 3 different areas that it could set up. Because we could have the high pressure that sets up here, and then that would cause severe weather out in this area. The high pressure could set up here, and that would cause severe weather out in this region here, northeast of St. Louis. And then we could have the high pressure set up over here. That would cause severe weather closer to my neck of the woods. Because we could get a high pressure, low pressure, low pressure. It's what we call an omega block. Alright, why is this even warned for 100 anymore? It's observed 100, but honestly, I don't know. I don't see a report. I don't see a MEDAR in the area. I don't see a radar site that's within 100 miles of the freaking warning. So, we're probably going to conclude very soon. We'll probably conclude in a couple minutes, actually. In 7 minutes, I believe we're just going to conclude. It's not for a lot of people. They're obviously not planning on continuing it at the moment. So, we're gonna end the stream because we have a decent live stream to do tomorrow. I should be live for about 3 hours. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Please be for 80 or less. Please be for 80 or less. Okay, good. All right, we're safe to end. I don't like to end with 80-mile-an-hour severes, but it's definitely way better to end with 80 than 100. So just, like I said, make sure you are staying weather aware if you live out in this area, because, like I said, damaging winds, very large hail, and tornadoes will all be possible with this supercell, so very, very dangerous. Flash warning. Whilst I load up this loop, because we are going to go ahead and start concluding here. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you've hit that like button. We actually did hit our like goal today. We're over 100 likes, so thank you guys for that. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. We're only 1 subscriber off, so if there's 1 person in here who hasn't subscribed, it would be greatly appreciated if you do subscribe. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. Just glad to have you on in here. And, yeah, I will see you guys in tomorrow's live stream for probably an additional 3-hour live stream. I don't know exactly when we will be starting tomorrow. We will be starting tomorrow sometime between, looks to be between 2:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. So sometime within a 5 to 6 hour window tomorrow we'll be live. So yeah, that is going to be it for this live stream. Thank you guys so much for the support recently, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. We're going to switch on over to the ending screen, so that way I can ramble on for another 300 minutes here. That's what it feels like sometimes. It's only going to be 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in once again. Shout out to all the mods for modding chat and everyone else who's tuned in here for another stream. Glad to have you guys still sticking around, and I hope to see at least some of you guys in tomorrow's live stream. And yeah, that is going to be about it. I was reading chat, so I went quiet. So tomorrow's threat, all hazards will be on the table. Wouldn't be surprised. I think the two main things that are going to change is the tornado threat and hail threat. I think we'll see an upgrade to a 15 hatched for hail for tomorrow, and I think we'll see a 5% tornado risk. If we don't see either one of those, honestly, I would be shocked. Another thing that would shock me is if they introduce a 45 sig wind, 45 sig hail, or a 15 sig tor. Those are the three things that could shock me tomorrow. So we'll see what they end up doing. And yeah, thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Now I just gotta keep on going for about 18 more seconds until we hit the time frame to when the music can start playing, which is in 11 seconds. Let's see. Oh, well, have fun, Legacy. And anyways, yeah, stay safe, watch severe weather in the tropics. Have a great rest of your night. Goodbye. Stay safe, watch severe weather in the tropics, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's live stream. Have a great rest.